Aggieville business owners want the public to know business remains open as they prepare for a major construction project. City crews will begin construction at the intersection of 12th and Moro on Monday, resulting in a 30-day closure of Moro between 11th and 12th Street to all vehicular traffic. Aggieville Business Association Executive Director Dennis Cook says contingencies are in place for visitors.
For the length of time that intersection is down, they did grant us 24/7 free access to the parking garage so that people can come down here and it won't cost them anything to park. They don't even have to register their vehicle.
On the Wildside owner, Megan Springer.
We're just hoping for the best, but not expecting the greatest. So, we're just so appreciative of anybody that would want to come to support us in Aggieville.
The project is anticipated to wrap up by June 19th. More information can be found at accessaggieville.com. Vehicle burglaries have been lower this spring, according to the Riley County Police Department. Director Brian Peet provided county commissioners Thursday with the past month's crime report.
For vehicle burglaries, we were about 56% below the 5-year average. This was the fourth consecutive 5-year low for vehicular burglaries since December 2024, which had the second highest reports of the last 5 years.
That month, RCPD investigated a string of motor vehicle burglaries, recording 20 burglary reports in the span of about 2 weeks. They also responded to 3 motor vehicle thefts that month. Pete says April figures were even higher.
This was the highest monthly number of reported vehicle thefts thus far this year. There were 4 auto thefts. Of those 4, 1 vehicle has been recovered as of the 12th of this month.
A Junction City man is behind bars after police allege he attempted to break into multiple vehicles Thursday. The Junction City Police Department arrested 21-year-old Clayton Mayfield after reports of a suspicious person wearing all black was attempting to burglarize vehicles on Michael's Way on the west edge of town Thursday morning. During their investigation, officers recovered and returned stolen property to 4 victims, including a child whose bicycle was being used by the suspect at the time of his arrest. Mayfield's been charged with 3 counts of vehicle burglary, 1 count of obstruction, and 1 count of criminal damage to property. A local real estate agent has announced his candidacy for the Manhattan City Commission. Scott Seal ran unsuccessfully for the Riley County Commission in 2012, but says public service has remained on his mind for several years. The 42-year-old says his campaign will be focused on, quote, forward-thinking, solutions-oriented leadership.
It's more about a philosophy and approach to governance, which is focused on solving problems and just getting stuff done.
Seal says some of the city's biggest challenges continue to be housing and financial constraints, which he says are the result of decades of political inaction on hard issues.
We've established that we have a housing crisis. Now it's time to start doing things to fix the housing crisis. And if we don't, then in 20 years, we're going to spend $500,000 on another study that says the same thing we already know, which is that we need housing across the board for rent, for purchase, high-end, low-end, middle, everything in between. And so it's going to be, how do we fix that?
Seal became the 4th candidate in the race this week. Local business owner Amber Starling also filed Thursday. The filing deadline is June 2nd.
ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track. And ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner, you may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. K-State baseball suffered a setback in its attempt to push into the group of 4 that earned byes into next week's conference tournament, falling 7-4 at Cincinnati last night. The Wildcats carried a 3-run lead into the bottom of the 3rd until Cincinnati erupted for 4 runs to take its first advantage of the night. The Bearcats then would break a 4-all tie in the 6th when Derek Pitts singled in a run. 8 different players contributed a hit for the Wildcats, but they come up short as right-hander Ty Rule suffered the loss, giving up a pair of runs, 1 earned on 3 hits over 4 innings. The Cats remain in 5th in the standings, 1 up on Cincinnati and tied with Arizona. Same 2 teams to meet tonight with coverage beginning at 4:30 on News Radio KMAN. The Kansas City Royals celebrate their 2 World Series winning teams this weekend as the franchise hosts the Cardinals for 3 straight starting tonight. Cole Reagans goes to the mound for the Royals in the opener. Andre Pallant is set to throw for the Cardinals in the 640 contest. The Kansas State women's golf team opens play in the NCAA Championship in California today. K-State enters the tournament, having finished in the top 5 in 3 straight events, including a 5th-place showing at the Big 12 Championship and tying for second at the NCAA's Lexington Regional. The Cats tee off at 8:52 Central Time this morning. They're paired with Vanderbilt and Oklahoma State. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.